Imagine this. You're talking to someone, looking them in the eye, and suddenly you feel that something is off. Their tone, their facial expressions, the slight tension in their body. It seems like they're lying. But how can you be sure? Lying is an art that people learn from childhood. On average, a person lies between 10 and 200 times a day, often without even realizing it. Some lie over small things, while others use deception as a weapon to manipulate, deceive, and hide the truth. Today, I will teach you how to detect lies. You'll learn about the signs that expose a liar, the psychological tricks that help you read people, and why even the most skilled deceivers leave clues. Ready? Watch carefully. Someone might have already tried to lie to you today. Why do people lie? Lying is an essential part of human interaction. Some lie out of fear, others for personal gain, and some simply out of habit. The Greek philosopher Plato once said that a lie can be noble, used for good, but it can also be destructive. Psychologists identify several key reasons why people lie. To avoid punishment, a child hides their bad grades. An adult covers up mistakes at work. To appear better, someone exaggerates their achievements to seem more successful. To manipulate, lies are used to control others. Self-deception, people sometimes lie to themselves to justify their actions. Body language. What betrays a liar? When a person lies, their body speaks louder than their words. Liars often avoid eye contact or, conversely, stare too intensely. Make nervous movements, rubbing their neck, fidgeting with their clothes. Use closed postures, crossed arms, hunched shoulders. Change their speech rhythm, speaking too fast or too slow. Example, you ask your friend if they took your phone. If they fidget, avoid eye contact and speak hesitantly. They might be hiding something. Words that give away lies. Liars often use vague phrases. Well, I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, sort of. They also tend to over-explain simple things. This is an attempt to distract you. Example, you ask someone where they were last night. A truthful person would simply say, at home. A liar might say, well, first I went to the store, then I visited a friend, and then I ran some errands. The more complicated the answer, the higher the chance of deception. The secret language of emotions. Micro-expressions are fleeting emotions that people cannot control. For instance, someone says they're happy to see you, but for a split second, their face shows irritation. That's a sign they're lying. Controlling emotions. How to spot it. Liars often monitor their words carefully, but forget about their facial expressions. They may smile, but their eyes remain cold. If their facial expressions and tone of voice don't match, be cautious. Mismatch between words and actions. If someone says, I'm completely calm, but their fists are clenched, they're clearly tense. Lies are revealed through small details, intonation, pauses, gestures. Repeating the question. If you ask, did you take my money? And the person replies, did I take your money? This might be a sign of deception. They're buying time to think of an answer. Defensive reaction liars often attack, do you really not trust me? Or, how could you think that of me? This is a manipulation tactic to make you feel guilty. Voice changes lies often come with shifts in voice pitch. It may become higher or shaky. How to ask questions to catch a liar. Psychologists recommend using detailed questions. If someone says they were at a cafe, ask, what color were the walls? A liar will struggle with unexpected details. The silence trap. After someone answers, just stay silent and look them in the eyes. An awkward pause will make them nervous, and they may reveal the truth. Example of exposing a lie. You ask a coworker if they submitted a report. They confidently say yes, but their gaze shifts, their voice trembles, and their hands tense up. Something is off. When is lying not evil? Not all lies are bad. Sometimes we lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings, but when lies destroy trust, they become dangerous. Final thought. How to learn to detect lies. Lies are like a puzzle. One sign alone isn't proof, but if several clues align, the chances of deception are high. Why are some people better liars? Some people lie so skillfully that they're nearly impossible to catch. Why? First, they have strong self-control. They manage their emotions and don't show nervousness. Second, they believe their own lies. The more they repeat them, the more real they seem. Example, master liars in history. Some historical figures were legendary deceivers. Con artist Frank Abagnale posed as a pilot, doctor, and lawyer, lying so convincingly that he remained undetected for years. He spoke with confidence and showed no fear, so people believed him. How do professional liars manipulate emotions? They create feelings of guilt or pity in their victims. If caught, they might say, "How could you think that about me?" instead of answering the question directly. Blended truth, the most dangerous type of deception. The hardest lies to detect are those mixed with truth. For example, "Yes, I was at the cafe," which is true, but they leave out the fact that they were there with someone they shouldn't have been with. The scattered truth technique. Experienced liars release the truth in small fragments, creating a false sense of honesty. How to outsmart a skilled liar? Re-ask questions later. Liars don't remember details of their stories. Observe micro-expressions. A flash of fear, anger, or contempt speaks volumes. Verify facts. If something seems off, dig deeper. Lying across cultures. Different cultures view lying differently. In Japan, small lies are often seen as part of politeness, while in Western cultures, deception is usually associated with manipulation. Why do we want to believe lies? Sometimes people sense deception but choose to ignore it. This is called cognitive dissonance, when the truth contradicts what we want to believe. Example, self-deception in relationships. A person may notice signs of infidelity but convince themselves, no, they would never do that. The truth is too painful to accept. The white lie technique. Some lies are meant to protect people. Doctors may not always tell patients everything to prevent panic. But where is the line between a harmless lie and manipulation? How to use this knowledge in everyday life. At work, to detect when colleagues are hiding something. In friendships, to distinguish honesty from flattery. In relationships, to build trust and spot deception early.